Hi guys, this is Mattias and I'm coming at you here with my first Fallout 4 video. And of course I want to dedicate this very upload to my initial thoughts and reactions to this game based on how I compare it to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. So now a lot of people have been talking a lot about the graphics, and another one of the big topics is of course the story. But I'll stay away from the story mainly because I don't want to risk spoiling anything, and also because it's a little bit too early to tell. This is a big game, it's going to take a long time to play through it, and it's going to take a long time before you can even decide whether or not you like the story or not. So either way, my first very positive reaction to this game was the movement and the combat, and how your character reacts to your controls. I'm playing this game on PC, and I'm never using VATS in any situation. So now the reason why I'm bringing up the non-VATS combat aspect of this game is because this was the most disappointing part of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas to me. Now in Fallout 4 this has been massively improved, but keep in mind it's been improved from a very low level, so if you're an experienced shooter from games like Counter-Strike or Dirty Bomb, you need to keep your expectations rather low, otherwise you'll be very disappointed. But this is not a shooter, and for what kind of a game it is, I think the combat aspect and the shooting aspect is perfectly acceptable. Just as it's perfectly acceptable to cook a tasty meal of some overgrown rats just next to a dead guy. So now as I've been playing this game, I've had a couple of friends in TeamSpeak who's also been playing it, and of course we're sharing our experiences, talking about different weapons, different missions, the map, and the game in general.
I'm at Lexington now as well, so...
Well, have fun. It's a shit place.
What have you got? If you act now, you can choose from one of these fabulous prizes.
Just threw something and you wrecked me immediately.
Plus, medical supplies and
Just entered the doorway and I was dead.
Oh, was it a mine maybe?
No, it was it threw something like a grenade or a Molotov or something. I just...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Now this game has tons of weapons and apparel to choose from. You can upgrade and craft a lot yourself, and depending on your playstyle and your character, you might want to take advantage of the correct bonuses. I'm wearing some fucking gay clothes so that I can get better barter. It looks so fucking funny.
The Raider or what?
Yeah, Raider scum, something, huge motherfucker.
You have to find something called summer shorts. Gives you gives you 2 extra charisma. So yeah, basically the way I choose clothing and armor is that I stick to combat armor to begin with, stuff that gives a lot of damage resistance, and if I have some bonus to whatever weapon or playstyle that I'm focusing on, and then I try to bring with me what you just saw there. The summer shorts will add a 2-point bonus to charisma, will give you better prices when you're buying and selling stuff, and it's also very useful in dialogues. Just remember to have the right apparel or right clothing for the right moment. How do I use the stim pack on my...
You can set the stim pack as a hotkey. I think the default is 0.
Yeah, but how do I set it to just one body part? I don't need that, though.
I'm not sure if you can, actually.
Because you could that in the former
but-
games.
Will you tell me who you are?
Oh, I was running around in my... Oh my god, I didn't change my clothes.
First.
You were running around like that.
Yeah, with my... with the clothes that I use for barter. I was fighting in those clothes.
Must have been some site.
Oh my god.
Let's get moving. Outstanding.
Alright. Mind if I change my clothes first? Mr. Brotherhood of Steel?
Halen, take Reese inside and find him.
It's a wonder they fucking try to recruit you when you look like that.
Yeah.
They want you as their little toy.
Yeah. Fucking dirty bitches. So yeah, now next up here I want to talk about the first bug that actually caused a bit of problems for me. And it happened a few times actually. It's related to these terminals. Now if your frames per second are too high, you might get stuck right after you leave one of these terminals. It happened to me a few times, and it also seems to be affecting lockpicking. Because before I fixed this, whenever I try to lockpick, the way the lock moves is a little bit too fast, and it seemed to slow down once I capped my frames at 60. Now, of course, there are different ways of capping your frames. I believe that maybe the game has an inbuilt frames per second limiter. I don't know. I'm sure you can find vertical sync if you look, but I use NVIDIA Inspector. This is what it looks like anyway. Terminal, my game fucks up.
Yeah, that's really weird. It doesn't happen for me.
Yeah, it's the second time now. I have to quit the game when I do that. Yeah, the terminals fucks up my game. You get the password change, right? Object Lab password. You get a new password, right?
Yep.
Alright, so I tab, and I tab to exit. And my game is fucked. And I can't move. I can't run. I can't move my character.
Oh, that's really weird.
Yeah. So yeah, the solution that worked for me was to cap the frames to 60. Now, normally for me, I think that 60 frames per second is a little bit too low, but for a game like Fallout, that's perfectly okay. In the beginning, I played this game on Ultra, everything on highest settings, that's just what I got by default. But I decided to turn some of these settings down to high or medium, because even though for the most part I have no problems playing this game on Ultra, there are times when my frames drops a little bit here and there. It has happened only in rare occasions, and so far it's never happened in a critical situation like in combat. So my initial impression of this game is that the optimization and the performance in this game is actually above expectations, I have to say.
Detected. Combat initiated. Attacking enemy.
You figured it out yet?
Yeah, I had to. I used NVIDIA Inspector. Oh fuck! Now I died because I wasn't paying attention.
A lot of interesting things.
Finally, now I get circuitry. Now, one of the more interesting new features to Fallout 4 compared to the previous titles are the amount of crafting. I'm planning on getting into this a little bit more in the future, but for now I have just made a basic settlement. I'm not entirely happy with what I've done. I've just put up some stuff in order to try it out. And I actually had some problem finding the right materials for these turrets that I'm setting up. What I had trouble finding was circuitry, and even though I did scrap things that would give me just circuitry, for whatever reason it wasn't added to my inventory. I did have similar problems with some other crafting material, but I'm sure it's just something that I did wrong. And hopefully in the future I'll learn this good enough so that I can actually make videos to help you guys out with exactly these types of problems. So now keep in mind that with these types of open world RPGs, there are a lot of problems related to the missions. You will do well saving a lot, so that if you find that you can't continue a mission due to what could be just a minor bug, you can just reload and replay a few minutes, and hopefully it won't have a massive negative impact on your overall gaming experience. Here I'll show you another example.
I hope that's the last of them. Damn it. I don't see the device anywhere. Fan out and check the city.
I think what I'm looking for ended up under a stair or something.
Really?
Yeah, I'm standing right at it, on it, where I'm supposed to pick it up, and it doesn't let me pick it up. What a disturbing picture. They have a little, what do you call it? A teddy bear with handcuffs inside of a cage of a, it's a garbage can that they put upside down, so it's a cage, and there inside there is a teddy bear with handcuffs.
Fuck.
It's disturbing. I have to save him.